MBRP has always been a leader in power sports performance. From cars to diesel trucks to side-by-sides and ATVs, they cover it all. But it all started with snowmobiles. And from day one, the company has supported snowmobile racers of all kinds, from drag racers to watercrossers, cross-country, and of course, snowcross. The crew at MBRP understood that if it works on the track, it'll work on the trail. Today I sat down with Jared from MBRP to talk about racing being a cornerstone of the MBRP brand, how racing affects trail products, and to get to know their highest profile Canadian race team.
MBRP is a very grassroots, enthusiast-based company. You know, we've always kind of had that racing aspect about the company, and I think that's really what makes us unique as a company as a whole. Everything from Martin starting off when we founded the company, building those B&B Eliminator exhausts, all the way up to now where we have a full extensive lineup through automotive, you know, and power sports. Whether it's Ultra 4 racing, snowcross racing, off-road, anything like that, I mean, that's what we've been about since day one, and you can see that even through till today. I think it comes back to, we used to use that tagline and still do today, is the for enthusiasts by enthusiasts. You know what, it's something that we can look for at each step of the process when we build exhaust to kind of carry that through to the end product and the consumer. We have a very good line of communication with the end user because we understand as enthusiasts ourselves what the product needs to look like.
In 1997, AJ and I decided that we wanted to try racing snowcross. Obviously, in the beginning, we were heavily supported by the family business, SnowTrax magazine, but we were also extremely fortunate that through the contacts and partnerships we developed through the magazine, we developed a great list of sponsors as well. The team was called Lester Brothers Racing, and from day one, MBRP was on board, supporting our racing effort with high-performance exhausts for our mod sleds. In fact, Lester Brothers Racing was one of the very first snowcross teams MBRP ever sponsored. Back in those days, a semi-pro or pro rider could race in up to 4 classes each day, start to finish, of a 2-day weekend. You could have a fleet of up to 4 different race sleds, one for each class, including 440 fan, 440 liquid, 600 liquid, and open mod. From day one, our mod sleds were outfitted with MBRP exhausts, and in our 10-year careers, neither of us ever lost a race due to an exhaust failure.
Well, I mean, supporting snowcross has always been something we've done since day one. I mean, obviously, you know, as supporting the Lester brothers from early on in the snowcross days, that's kind of what we've been built on, and we've carried through that through the whole process. The last 25, 26 years we've been in business. Well, I think it really just solidifies our name in the general public, that we have that racing attitude and that racing kind of flavor to our brand, and showing customers that, hey, this is a proven product, because we have that attitude with the racing series, with the racing circuit, and the athletes to back it up. That's kind of essentially raises the bar for us in the market.
One of the great things about working with MBRP is that they wanted our feedback about their products so that they could continue to develop them and make them better, lighter, and more durable. If we had a problem, they would fix it. If we had an idea, they wanted to hear about it.
Because I mean, we value all of our relationships with our athletes and everything too, and the feedback we get from all of them is something we, you know, hold close to the chest through our design process.
In 2001, AJ and I both won Canadian National Championships, he in the semi-pro class and I in the pro class. The truth is, neither of us could ever have achieved these results without our incredible sponsors, and that of course included MBRP. For decades, MBRP has been a championship-winning brand in every form of motorsports they compete in. Today, that winning legacy is being carried on in Canadian snowcross by Black River Racing.
So my dad started Black River Racing up when we first started racing when I was 4. I always looked up to all the pros like Ian Hayden and even the States guys like Tucker Hibbert Racing. So I would race the 120s class, moved up to like the 300 class and the 550s, and moved up to junior. Once I hit junior, I started having a track at my house here. About maybe 7 years ago now, we started buying snowmaking equipment, and then we bought a groomer, and then we just make a track at the backyard there. I had practiced with all the Canadian pros here, which really made me the speed I am today. So this year with MBRP on board, I'm going to go out there and prove to everyone that MBRP is the proven product of racing.
We've always had a close relationship with Black River Racing. I mean, myself on a personal level through snowcross racing, but these guys are a very good team in partnership with a lot of good relationships that we have, like Royal Distributing, Stud Boy Caliber, other guys that we've kind of heavily involved with as well. And it just made sense from, a personal and business relationship.
Well, Brock from Royal Distributing went to Jared from MBRP, and I've known Jared for a long time. He used to ride snowmobiles here, and I'd always try and race him around the track here, so our relationship is good with us, but MBRP, partnering with them, they're proven on the track.
Well, I think it's quite simple. I mean, being a part of a team that's, Jake being a two-time CSRA championship is definitely, something that we're very well aligned with too, and to continue our success as well as his throughout the future of snowcross is something that's very, very important to us. And also just working with a professional team like with sponsors such as Royal Distributing that is a very good supporter of our brand. It all just interconnect and works very, very well. So our relationship with Black River Racing, has been on for many years, again, as I mentioned personally, but again, it's more recently that we've worked together on a professional level in supporting Jake in the series. But again, this works as really well as a good testing grounds for us, proving that our products are here to work, here to perform, and that's something that we can take to our customers too. There's a ton of investment these guys have here, from snowmaking machines to groomers to, tractor trailers and everything you need to really have a full-fledged race team. Guys like that aren't going to just put their money in a brand that's not going to win those races. Nobody does all this effort just to kind of be average. Racing is won within seconds, and we've all seen, everything from a start, getting a hole shot, all those little things add up to either winning or losing. And, with Jake going on to a year wanting to go on his three-time championship, this is something that matters to him a lot. And this is why they choose MBRP, to give them that edge.
Like MBRP's exhaust is so much lighter than the stock exhaust. MBRP puts countless amount of hours into making the sled go faster with horsepower with the can. With more horsepower, obviously, you're gonna go faster in the track. The feedback with MBRP, if I find something wrong with the exhaust, I'm gonna go to them and they will listen to me. There's a lot of companies out there that won't do that, but MBRP will go and they'll look into the problem.
So yeah, it's the development and everything we're doing here at the track to really kind of carry through the rest of the MBRP line, such as our trail exhaust, our quiet series that you've seen kind of evolve over the past couple of years. And again, it's that testing, those little, extra design time or R&D development, we're putting focus in those other products to really make them better and set us apart from the competition. So again, as I mentioned, race series, we're on a closed track, so this is kind of where that's allowed, but other areas that allow you to change your exhaust or go to our trailer quiet series, just know that same R&D process has gone through into those products as well, so you know what you're buying is a proven product.
MBRP, partnering with them, they're proven on the track, is going to put me in position to win championship.